Oh yes, we're good. Sorry, I have the microphone. I do. Okay. Oh, very important to sit in a chair. It is. So, hello. Just going to check out this 4000 again. Oh yes, of course we are. We're on the air. We are on the air. So, I've had some interesting things going on. Okay, 4000 is working. So I think there we go. Seems to take 4 tries. Now that we know it's working, we'll turn it off. So the iPad that I have been recording with done something strange. Very strange indeed. So the more I think about it, I don't think I screwed up when the two files went missing. I think something went squirrely. Because I did record the replacement to the other things that went bad, and it wouldn't copy onto the computer. It would not. It would not. It would not. It would not. Now, it's funny because at some point I did something or another, and it always used to come up and ask me if it was if I would allow the computer to have access. I said, yes, yes, yes. But something happened, and I don't remember what it was, and it's changed it to, do you trust this computer? Anyway, so it wouldn't copy, would not. So I ended up copying it over through another machine onto a hard drive, which then I hooked up, and then it worked okay. But it's very strange. So what I'm doing now with the iPad is I have let it run dead. But it's not, when I say dead, I want it dead. Right now, if I push the button on the side, it will come up with that little thing saying, I need to be charged, I need to be charged, I need to be charged, I need to be charged. And I want that. And see, it was doing that. And then every little while, when I would turn it on, I guess some battery life would be just enough there. So it would come back alive and then say it had like 4% or 3% or whatever. I want it dead, stone cold, dead, dead, dead. So that then I know that it's completely reset. And then we'll see. Now, I'm not going to record a whole long video and then say, oh, look, it's not working. Because I really, I don't want to do this over and over. And I really don't want to add steps into what I need to do to make it work. So, right now, I have my iPhone up on a little tripod. I think I got it Dollarama. And it seems to be okay. I also have my little microphone here, which is no longer pinned to me. It's here, right here. Now, this too could be something I need to watch out for. Because certainly if I have this machine started up, then the microphone being so close to the fan could also be trouble. So as always, life is full of learning and experiments and trying things. It is. By the way, this magazine here is now, this was December 1984 of the T-Pug magazine, which it was known before as the Torped, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, but these two fellows on the front are my brother and myself, and you can figure out who's who. So that would be, wow, 38 years ago. There we were. That was our bulletin board room, our bulletin board setup. And, yeah, that was a long time ago, long time ago. I always wondered why they didn't do the picture so that there was enough to make it a little bigger and not have this black spacer. But anyway, they did what they did to do what they do, and here we are. We're on the cover. So, that was cool. It's funny how things come back to find you, and that is that this year, I think it was, yeah, sometime this year, somebody, you always get these things online that say, hey, this could be you in this video. And it's usually a scam. Well, I got someone that was like, hey, this could be you in this video. And I was like, huh? So I went and looked, and sure enough, it was me. And it was this lady named Fran. I don't remember her last name, but she does things, and she has a YouTube presence. And somehow she found the film of an old interview I did, well, at the TPUG office. And there it is. There's a short version, and then there's a version of like the whole show. So if you do see, if you're online, if you're on YouTube, and you search like Fran and then put probably Dave or David Bradley, you might be able to find it. Anyway, I remember shooting this thing long ago. I don't remember what it was for, um, but I'd never seen it. So here it is. Not quite 40 years later, and finally I get to see what I did way back when. Anyway, what else do I have to talk about today? Well, I have been working some in the box room, and that means going through some things, but not so much going through. Just I've been boxing up some stuff so that I can stack it up and then figure out what it is I'm going to do. But basically, this room needs to be more efficient. And now every time I come from downstairs, I bring one box. Now, do I have room for the boxes as of yet? No, not yet. But this will change because I still have kind of, well, over there's a whole pile, and I've added to it. And I've got more going on over there, but there's still kind of a pile in the middle that needs work. So, and of course, other stuff. And I've got lots to figure out. But I do want to get this resolved. And this may, in fact, be, once I get this room kind of figured, it may not be where I film anymore. As you have followed me, if you have followed me, you know that I have filmed here and there and everywhere. I have. And this may not be the place. We shall see. Anyway, you're probably watching this. Well, maybe if you're watching it live, it's Christmas Day. I'm filming it on Christmas Eve. And I interrupted It's a Wonderful Life and football and other things. I actually was brave enough to go outside and see how things are in the outside world because we've had quite the storm, as much of North America has had quite the storm. And yeah, I moved a bit of snow, but it was cold and windy and nasty and such. And I figured tomorrow it's still going to be cold, the snow will still be light, and I can do more probably while I'm cooking a turkey. Speaking of which, if you are on YouTube also and you search Dave Cooks a Turkey, and this has nothing to do with me, there was a show that was on the radio in Canada called The Vinyl Cafe, and it was around the world. It was here and there and everywhere. And this guy, Stuart McLean, who sadly got cancer and died, did this remarkable story about Dave cooking a turkey. And I know it doesn't sound like much, but believe me, it's well worth the approximately half an hour of your time. And to some people, it's a holiday tradition. It's kind of like A Wonderful Life, and they got to listen to it again. Because even though they've heard it, maybe every year for many years, it's timeless comedy. Timeless. And Stuart McLean certainly had a way with words. And I'm not sure if he wrote everything that he did, but certainly when Dave cooked a turkey. Well, it's like I've heard. Actually, I saw him once live in person, and the performance was quite something. He usually had some musical things going on, but his stories were, well, you just got to hear them. You know what? It's like that thing. You got to be there. You got to listen. You got to experience it. And this is not the only thing he did. They were on for many years, week after week, different stories, and also giving the chance to some Canadian musical talent to be heard, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, it was a great show, and it's nice that it lives on. Actually, if you're on my Facebook, I just did find the link, and I just shared it today. Um, I did. Anyway, another funny thing happened. I don't know if you can hear. It almost sounds like there's a squirrel in a box over here, and I'm not sure if it's a clock or it's a something. Anyway, when I was packing things and moving things and stuff, um, something has been awoken, and I don't know what it is. But I don't know what box it's in, so I'm really not going to worry about it. I'm sure if it's a dying battery and something, it will go. I almost also managed to spill this collection of discs, which was not a highlight of the day. It was not. But anyway, I picked it all up. The other discs that I tested, I'm going to also be very carefully um, putting in some sort of something, probably big freezer bags. Not because that helps protect the disc, it's just I don't want to have to go through them again. So there's 3 piles of good discs and one I'm not good. And I would rather be able to have them not not just sitting so they'll spill and then they get mixed and then I have to do it all over again. That would be tragic. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. I can sure hear it. Anyway, tomorrow, of course, it is time for this Dave to cook a turkey. And I'm figuring it's going to be about 4.5 to 5 hours because I decided to get a hefty turkey, even though it will just be Andrew and I. But as far as I know, because we have done this before, we will set up and we will record our dinner and we will place our microphone in a strategic place that you can better hear our banter and conversation around the table. Should be fun. So, through this holiday season, I have lots to do. I'm going to try, as I say, to get the box room better and get more of the boxes that are here and there and everywhere up here so that the box room is the box room rather than the box room being all over the place. And yes, I will at some point go through. I mean, I'm kind of looking in some as I go, but I really don't have time to sort at the moment. And unless I come upon something that I'm like, oh, okay, that can just be gone, then it'll get stacked up. It will. By the way, if any of you know of a Ukrainian charity, as the Ukraine is in a lot of trouble, who is looking for things and will pick things up, do let me know because I do have a vast bunch of kids' clothes, baby clothes, other things that might just do them well. Might, but I can't deliver them. They're in boxes, they're too big for me to move, and there's lots of them. I'm not sure how many there are, but lots. It would be well worth any charity group to send a truck to get them. Would I give them to Value Village? No. Value Village says they're a charity. They're not. Would I give them to the Salvation Army? Possibly. They are a charity. But I would like, as much as possible, for this stuff to go directly to the people who most need it. And I don't suspect they would ship this stuff overseas, although who knows, they can do whatever they want. But I suspect there's a lot of people who are hiding out, not hiding out, but have fled the country and have found their way to Canada and could maybe make use of some of this. Indeed. Indeed, indeed, do. So, that's about all I have to say about that. Anyway, I shall continue to work here, I'm also going to get back to the garage because there's 7 more pets I got to get out of there. So I can do the final family portrait and start digging into them. And dig into some more of these. I'm going to look for more monitors like this, and maybe I'll start, because I have too many monitors, maybe I will start to try and sell things. I have had great success in shipping such things. It is a dangerous thing, but really, you know what? Tons, tons of bubble wrap. Tons of bubble wrap. The original monitors came in a box with styrofoam, and they were kind of suspended in midair, but I just keep putting on more and more and more bubble wrap to basically fill the same kind of box. And I figure I could pretty much ship it without a box, just wrapped up with so much, but I don't do that, of course. And really, I mean, if it falls off a plane, it's not going to be good. But so far, and it's not that I've shipped tons and tons of them, but the few that I have, it's all been good. And of course, I will burn them in, test them. Not that they've not been used here and there, but I would pretty much leave any monitor I was thinking of selling on for like 24 hours over a weekend to make sure that if something is going to go wrong, it goes wrong here and not somewhere else. So much to do, much to do, much to do. Oh, I am also decided that, as in the family portrait that I'm going to do with all the pets and things, I am gathering some of the other unique items that can all be in there, like on the mantle, which is really kind of empty. I'm going to put some boxes, probably from the Commodore 64 and the VIC 20, and we'll see what else I find around. And don't forget the Commodore adding machine, and calculators and things. But you'll have to look closely because it'll be a fairly big picture. But if you zoom in, and I'll try and do it in a fairly hefty resolution. And the funny thing is, I'm thinking, I'm not sure if there's going to be room for me. But I will find a way. Maybe I just have to kneel down and have my head poking through somewhere. Maybe. Anyway, I'm not, as I say, I'm not sure if you can hear that noise over there. I have no idea what it is. But it just keeps going and going and going. I'm assuming it will stop at some point. So for the moment, I will continue to do some experiments on these Amigas here and open them up and check for the battery, and probably the battery's in this, and I probably got to extract it. And I will see about testing other bits and pieces from this one, which is not working, and see what's what, and maybe try and reach out to people in the Toronto Pet Users Group, otherwise known as TPUG, which has a fairly substantial online presence on Discord and Facebook and other places. It's growing. And they are the people who put on the World of Commodore every year. And indeed, this year was quite something. It was. So I'll continue to record as I work away. But I got to keep working away. I do. There's that noise. So, is there anything else? Oh, it's Penny. We can end with Penny. Come here, Penny, dear. Come here. Penny. No, don't run away, Penny. 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 This would be a great way to finish. Penny. Penny, 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 Penny. Come here. Penny. Oh, Penny. He's a bit of a scary cat. Penny. Penny, let me hold you. She's not coming back. Penny, just come and say hello then. Just make a noise. Uh-oh. I sense Andrew's about. Andrew, have you captured her? Okay, now Andrew, here's the thing. If you're bringing her in here, I have a phone on a tripod on a thing. If it gets gonked, it will fall. Probably the phone will break. Probably the microphone will break. Probably everything will break. She has escaped. Oh dear. Oh well. I tried. She did wander in here. That's okay. Anyway, I'm just about to finish this recording anyway. So, um, maybe we'll see Penny in the new year. So, thanks for coming. I will continue to work in the box room. And I think my plan is little by little by little, as I go through things, I will, well, I've got to get on the pets. And the whole thing was to get them all together, which is close. I'm close. They're not there yet. 7 more, and it's cold in the garage. I think more and more I've got to go through things, assess things, and to start the ball rolling on selling things. I just got a message today, someone asking about such things. Nothing specific, just that I was going to. And yeah, I've got to lighten the collection. So I'll let you know how it is I'm going to do that. I'm suspecting if it's local, it's probably Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji. And if it's not local, then perhaps eBay. Perhaps. Anyway, I'm going to look around to see if I have more monitors like this. And I will, of course, test them and sort things and figure. And yeah, I can ship things. Anyway, I guess Penny's not coming. So, that's about all I have to say about that. And I wish I could figure out which box is making that noise. Maybe I will. But not now. So, thanks again. Have a great evening. Have a great day. Have a great year. Hopefully, things are calmer next year at this time, and we all find some peace and resolution with anything that might torment us. So, let's see you again. Bye for now.